an incredibly strong performance on Inferno versus CEX, but Ferrari Peakers, they were ready, you know?
Yep. And it looks like we will be going into the live map.
Yeah, straight back into it.
Yeah. Mirage, interesting map, really. So I'd like to see if Wind and Rain actually do opt for a different style of pistol. Right.
Here we go. I do love this strat. Smoke top connector, really fast, you know, flashes them out, take jungle, get that bomb plant for mid, and yeah, really push the CTs back. But
obviously
I'm pretty sure CEX did a very similar pistol towards Wind and Rain before, and they played it very well against them.
Yeah, they did.
They are mixing things up, though. They're fighting jungle.
Corner, but Mr. Hoyt actually shot that as a pre-fire just in case somebody was there, and then he realised there actually is somebody there.
Yeah.
So in the past, we have seen Wind and Rain play really well in these retake situations. If you remember correctly, there was a player outstairs last time, and they took him out very quickly, and there was a lot of individual bullets sort of shot, and Will Astro just jumped straight on this bomb. He smokes it.
You think
I imagine he just jumped straight on it.
But completely denied from Eccles there. But Cray is going to try it.
There is still a play on it, and Cray's picked up the defuse.
Yeah, he's taking digs, but he is still on it.
Can he do it? Had about a second left.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be rough against 3 players, especially 2 with Glocks. You know, so many bullets to try and just get him off that plant. And yeah, nice pistol.
That round.
Yeah.
That was a crazy double link that he got onto Astra. He was planning to do the hero play.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's a very rough situation when somebody does take the plant on that angle, because there's certain directions that you can only aim towards.
Yeah, really nice start from Ferrari Peakers. You know, I do love that pistol.
I mean, they started really well both maps. So
yeah.
I believe it was 7-2 and then 8-2.
Yeah, strong starters.
Question is, how will the anti-eco go? Because, you know, they did get eco'd last map, if I remember correctly. Actually, in fact, it was the other way around. But, you know, anti-eco for a mix, you always question it, don't you? Like,
yeah.
Will they be able to orchestrate a team movement and actually be able to get trades if needed, obviously? Or will they make the correct decision when it comes to going to the correct site? And right now, it does look like they'll be taking mid control quite late into the round. But there is 3 Wind and Rain players around the area.
Yeah, I mean, this is always dangerous. Link with his Deagle. You don't really want to be running into it.
No, but it looks like there's quite a lot of a stack, though, for Wind and Rain. They've got quite a few players towards this area.
Yeah, I mean, if they do commit up short, this could get very scary for them. But it does look like they're backing up.
Yeah. It's a very passive play from them, isn't it? So obviously, Dom's been holding this pass push for the whole round.
Yeah, now, importantly, Whisk is selling this fake, and he's sold it incredibly well.
5 players, essentially, towards that
and I almost feel like once they suss out that this was a fake, they do just save 5 players, unless Craig can get something magical done. You know, just save
that gun as well.
Save these 5 players, and take it into the next round. You've got this essentially an exact repeat of the round you've just had, but everyone's sort of just taking their 1v1 duels, and yeah, they've already lost 2 players.
Yeah, so 3v5, you'd like to think that this is essentially, done and dusted. He does get a nice 1D or tackles, and there is an AK on the floor there.
Yeah.
And none of the T's are actually stopping him from grabbing it. Obviously, Mr. Hoyt will have the exit through CT.
But he could just survive sitting in CT spawn,
Yeah, they do realise now, I think Eccles has said there is an AK down. And he is peeking into Mr. Whisk.
Mr. Whisk, yep.
Mr. Whisk.
Mr. Whisk goes down,
doing some sort of budget Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
And he saves the AK. So honestly, well done by Dances.
Yeah, nice round there. Because now he can drop that Deagle over.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's another scary round if you're Ferrari Peakers. You know, it's not a simple case of, okay, we've got past that round of death almost. But actually, they have whipped out the 3 CZs, the 3 MAC-10s even. Yeah,
there's 3 players with armor in play. It makes it a bit questionable. And it looks like it's going to be a fast B rush, honestly.
Yeah, but this is going to be dangerous. 3 players from Wind and Rain already here.
Obviously, they get the knowledge that Dantes is mid with the AK, and Fry's heard the B rush can be rough. MAC-10's flying out the window. 2 of them get dropped straight away.
Trades galore. If Link can get 1 more frag, it can make things interesting.
Damage, and now it's down to Zaki again. 1v3. What can he actually get done from this position?
Trying to play in front of that smoke, and he does get ahead of it, but
quite unlucky.
Yeah,
I mean, he got himself in front of that smoke, and he had a plan in mind. But Dom, as he said, he was ready.
He was ready and raring to go.
That does make it 3-0, and they conquer through the anti-eco rounds that were
once
very
again
much needed.
Another really strong start from them.
Yeah, so let's see. So Dante's, despite having those, he got the 2 kills, and he saved his armor earlier on. He only has glass cannon orb.
Yeah.
which makes me wonder if he potentially bought grenades on that round.
Potentially, I mean,
It's just going to be a fast B rush,
yeah,
though.
a bonus round. They've
Can
still
they
got those
hold
2
on?
Mac 10s and Mr. Hoy.
If you remember correctly, there were issues on the win and rain B hold
Yeah,
against CEX.
true. They did try and
They
abuse
did
that at the
counter
end.
it towards the end, obviously, but there were some issues to start with.
Yeah,
And obviously there has been some sort of identified, weakness found.
sure. And that's a really nice way to use that bonus round. You know, you got those 2 Mac 10s, and Mr. Hoy demonstrated how to use it perfectly. You know, just flying out that window,
Constantly
mid-air, headshot. It's just like, what can you do?
Yeah, there's not much you can do. I mean, Dancy's getting straight out there with his AWP. Obviously, he has no armor. Let's get straight out there. Make sure he just lives with it. Chris,
He's going
trying challenges.
Yeah.
Very odd. I don't know. Some of the situations they've been fighting some of
Yeah.
these exit frags.
It
for
feels
no
like
reason.
save those 3 M4s, or those 3 rifles rather, and you have a proper buy going into this next round. But yeah, like you said, they're hanging around a bit too much, and they're making it way too hard for themselves when they don't need to. And that almost feels like a lack of concentration. Maybe so late into the evening, to the early hours of Monday morning even.
Potentially. Yeah.
But yeah,
Depends if you want to really call it morning, I guess.
yeah.
When does morning begin for you?
When I can hear the birds outside my window.
It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I guess.
Or
Depending
annoying
on,
buggers.
depending on the season, I suppose it's 4
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although recently I heard them around 4 a.m. even in the winter. I mean,
I wouldn't really call this winter. I mean, we're into April now.
I wouldn't call this spring. I mean, meanwhile,
The weather the past 2 days has been fantastic, but it's a fast B split coming out of them. Link's here with the CZ. You like to think he gets maybe 2, but he gets a dink down.
yeah, I
And
mean,
Fry
Mr.
gets
Hoy
that kill as
very
well.
low.
If he potentially gets any more, Dancy's helps a lot in the situation, but unfortunately he does peek into the wrong angle.
Yeah, but
Just
still an
2v3.
advantage for Wind and Rain here.
Yeah, there's a lot of grenades to play with. It's just a really awkward situation, especially with Mr. Hoy right now. Like,
Yeah.
you've got 8 HP, and he taps the plant, but he will commit to it towards short. I'd like to see Dom smoke off L block for Mr. Hoy right now, so he can potentially get himself into a better position, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's essentially a 1v3 right now for
Yeah,
both
he's going to
these
clear out
players.
mid and just make sure he's got short
That's
fully
unfortunate
covered.
timing. He lines them both
Oh
up.
my word.
And Quake's running straight out of apps. They have the info on the last player. Dom is ready, 1v1. Quake does not have any armor, he gets peeked.
Lovely. Mr. Hoy
Wow.
coming in trumps. You know, he's finding his form here in this grand final.
At first I thought he'd been quite unfortunate on the timing on the apps molly that he threw, because I thought usually whenever I, in my personal experience, being in that position, you throw the molly to his apps, and the apps guy just peeks you straight through the gap, kills you. But Mr. Hoy was allowed to peek L block and gets both of those players thanks to them being lined up.
Yeah, that's filthy.
So obviously we mentioned the B side errors and holes in the defense, right?
Yeah.
Fry is adapted by picking up an AWP.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
mean,
one way to do it.
very
right?
capable player with
Oh,
that
yeah.
weapon, but
Definitely.
yeah, it's a bit scary to see them running out of ideas almost. You know,
I mean, it's just different ways of playing, I suppose. Like
Sure.
some people do actually just play dedicated towards that, but it's an interesting. Usually your AWP would go there for an early pick and then you'd rotate off.
yeah,
right?
it's a big investment, and if things get a bit tight into the round, you know, it's not always easy to carry that double AWP setup into more than one round. So
Yeah, we did see Dancy's miss an awkward smoke onto Palace, which kind of asked the question himself now, because the player could have walked through that smoke.
yeah, it makes it a bit awkward.
He was initially facing his ramp, and then his smoke was a bit too. Well, he kind of I wouldn't say underhanded, but not enough arc on it, I suppose. Best way of putting it. And again, a very slow round from Ferrari because honestly, like they are making Wind and Rain question
Yeah,
themselves. Aren't
they've
they?
changed the pace up. You know, a couple of fast rounds in mid towards B, but finally they're going to test this A bomb site.
Yeah. So obviously we're seeing another situation where Eccles is lurk calling. I
Yeah.
feel, or either you say it's lurk calling or it's 4-1. That depends which way you want to go about
Yeah.
saying it. Usually you say lurk calling for the caller, and it looks like A smokes will be coming in as well.
Yeah, and it's nice to see A smokes late in the round rather than just straight up A smokes.
So the flash comes out, and Dancy's is going straight through it, and he's facing wide.
Oh wow!
This is incredibly wide. He's in the open.
Misses the shot, and that's not ideal.
That's over peaking in my mind. I mean, Astro's gone straight through it, and he gets traded straight away. Everybody's making individual plays all over the
Yeah.
map right now. 3v2. And the plant still hasn't come through, and Link is on short. Can he potentially stop this plant?
He's making things extremely awkward,
He
and
has
he's
stopped the
got
plant.
two.
That's,
Yeah,
that's the round going towards Wind and Rain. Wow.
they time
That's
out.
a weird situation to be in.
Wow, I mean that was just individual play after individual play. You know, everyone just
Yeah.
giving it through smokes.
I mean, Dancy's obviously pushed through that smoke, went for the AWP shot. Arguably a bit too far through the smoke. And then the same happens. Astro pushes through, gets 1 kill. Cray does the same. He pushes through, doesn't actually get a kill, does a lot of damage. And then Link, with his positioning, thankfully from short, he does manage to catch that player connector and then the planter as well. So bizarre round ultimately.
Yeah,
it was a nice play to do the A smokes.
Hopefully Ferrari peakers, they don't take that personally and they get back on track, because it's a very strong start for them once again.
Yeah, that's a bizarro round, I suppose, to lose, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, it still ended in, what, a 1v1, 1v2?
Yeah,
so
it's one alive.
It's not the worst round to lose.
That's a good flash, but ever so close to him from spamming.
Yeah, they forced Astro back out of connector there. He's going to sneak his way back in there.
The thing is, the longer this round goes, the more utility gets wasted, as we saw right there. Like, you know, Dancy just throws a flash, throws a molly, hoping to, you know, stop the boost into window, I suppose, but it wasn't even coming out, so that's a good pick, though, considering he did move off after doing that and went straight to tick and gets to go towards ramp.
Yeah.
And this is a very common thing that happens with mixers. The bomb is down in spawn.
Yeah, it sort of gets into that situation where someone drops it at the start of the round, no one's really bothered.
Yeah.
And it can come back to bite you, but no, Mr. Hoy, you know, he's awares. He picks it up.
And there's a clear end goal in this round towards B.
Yeah, and as I was talking about before, they didn't manage to carry that double AWP setup into this round, so Ferrari's back on the rifle. And they really need to find an answer to this aggression at B.
This is a much more defensive setup, though, from the CT side. And it will be coming straight at
Yeah, I mean, Dancy shut down the pincer movement as well, and it's a really nice crossfire from the CTs. And Fry, lovely little Freiberg spray there.
I like it, Freiberg. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wow. I like
That's
that.
happened by mistake completely,
like
hasn't it? Didn't realise until I said it.
Intentional.
But yeah, much better setup, though, obviously.
I
One
mean,
player playing by the self
once again, the Football Manager lot, they love that from Fry.
Yeah?
Absolutely
a lot of
giving
Fry
it.
fans. Maybe they like a bit of Futurama as well.
Yeah, potentially.
But considering it was 5-0, and
Yeah.
that 1-to-1 round, the economy on the Ferrari Pika side is not fantastic. It looks like somebody in Apps burst with flashes from Whisk coming out.
Yeah,
So
they are just going to commit through that smoke.
Straight through it. But there's a firing squad to deter them completely.
Yeah, I mean, Astro and Dancy's combining to really lay down the law on this A-bomb site. There's not
much happening for
much
Whisk.
they can do, yeah.
Looks like the squall will like jump for them as well. But Echoes gets 1 constellation kill. Can't imagine much more happens from this. 10 HP, 1v4, was a 1v5. He's got a minute 10 on the clock there. Quite a lot of time to potentially make them potentially waste nades, but I don't think they have a reason to do so.
Yeah.
I think he just went straight into Cray's crosser here, though. Cray is holding an interesting off angle too. You can see Echoes. He was crosshair placement for the ramp peak.
Yeah.
He did react quite
You could see himself setting him.
Yeah.
He was setting himself up, but yeah.
Cray was ready as well and does get the kill. So 5-3, and the money on the Ferrari Pika side is very weak.
Yeah, I mean, a really nice recovery coming in from Wind and Rain, not letting the game get too far away from them, as we've seen in the 2 previous maps. You know, it looked like it was happening again, but you know, coming back from 5-0, that's when you want to see the CT sort of getting a grip in the game. And yeah, it's set to be 5-4 if they can convert this, which is essentially a full eco round, apart from a few CZs and a smoke grenade.
Yeah, so Eccles is lining up a smoke, which I'm pretty sure goes into mid-window.
Yeah.
See if he does land it. There it is.
There we go. Practice makes
So that
perfect.
smokes off Astro, and it does allow them to potentially walk up towards the left, but they will go for a boost, actually. So Whisk gets boosted into window, and the question is, what is the overall plan on this round then? Because you've got a player in window, Astro does face his one-way smoke and gets the kill.
It takes a lot of damage for it. But
Yeah, it was a good dink. The question is, what can actually happen from this situation?
yeah, I mean, they're not
Whisk
playing
gets
with
a
a lot.
perfect time. He does get that kill, so it's now even at 4v4.
Yeah, this makes things actually very awkward for the CTs, but
Craig, bit of an awkward spray. He gets the first kill, which doesn't matter, and he does peek again
There
and
we
cleans
go.
up the last guy. And Whisk, not much to do.
yeah, I mean, he reset there after a bit of a dodgy spray, like you said, but yeah, a nice clean round in the end. It looked a bit dodgy, but solid round from Wind and Rain.
4-5, and obviously, Ferrari Peakers have always started strong by looks things. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it was what, 7-1 on Inferno, on Cash,
Yeah, and then
8-1 on Inferno,
exactly.
5-0 on Mirage, and again,
Seems like
it's being equalised.
some fast smokes potentially coming out in mid, or is it just that mid-window smoke?
I think it's just the windows.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of players were hanging around in T-spawn, so they are going back to that B bomb site, which has done them quite a lot of favours so far. Looks like it might be setting up for a B split. Although they are leaving that bomb. Okay, it's completely wrong. I'm completely wrong. They're going for a bit of a slower mid default. It looks like flash Mr. Hoy into connector potentially, you know, get some map control early on. And yeah, much slower round from Ferrari Pegas.
So they secure the mid control. Obviously, there's no fight back, I suppose, coming from the Wind and Rain side. So obviously, Dancy's, if he's not playing window, it looks like he will always go towards the ticket.
Yeah.
Something reminiscent of a lot of AWPers in the UK.
Yeah, it's the tried and tested reaction play. You know,
Yeah. It's a safe reaction, isn't it? That's the main thing, I suppose. Like, you'll always be able to get towards there as long as the Ray player is able to cover you, I guess.
Yeah. As I was saying, I predicted it from the start. It looks like it is going to be that B split coming in, and it's all on Fry and Link, really. They need to get a lot done here.
So he does get the info. It's the first kill, too. He does know there's more players push forward. Sadly, Fry doesn't get a single kill himself.
It's a nice flashbang from Link.
Yeah.
He's
It's
doing
his third
work
kill.
this round.
He needs to reload, though. He's in an awkward situation. His teammates have arrived. He does have time to reload, but he's just getting a bit antsy.
Oh,
I mean, he's
another
carried
kill.
on facing.
And he's just
He
giving
wants
it.
that ace,
He
doesn't
wants
he?
that ace. He's got the USP out.
Let me have it, let's be honest, but Whisk sends him straight to the grave. And Whisk,
I mean, meanwhile, Whisk is just
Whisk is
flicking
making
everyone at this
question
point.
a bit.
Dancy's very low.
If he runs around pre-fighting this, he
Oh,
does.
my word.
It was a 1v4 down to a 1v1, and the plant is perfect for the situation.
Yeah.
Quay's coming from short.
And he actually has no
with how
idea
long
where
this
he is.
round has been, you think he is either behind or he is pushing up short. But he does get
Oh,
the drop on
my
him.
word.
Considering the situation, Link going for the 5-man, potentially his teammates were playing around that thought,
Yeah.
and suddenly, Whisk delivers once more.
That is insane. I mean, there's a lot to deconstruct in that round. Link just played phenomenally on that B bomb site. You know, he was flashing, staying alive, and getting those kills when it mattered. But yeah, Whisk again coming up clutch. He's in his element in this situation. You know.
This is quite an interesting buy from Ferrari Peaks as well. 3 Gallos.
Yeah.
You don't often see 3 players willing to go Gallo. Like, usually there's at least one of them who goes UMP because they don't either A, don't like that gun, or B, they feel like they want
and
more grenades.
a bit interesting from Eccles. He's been known to pick up these nades in this mix, but it seems like he is just going to be sent in towards B and try and get something done maybe at the start of the round.
The issue is the setup that they had at B just then was actually a full rush deterrent. So obviously Link had a flash lined up from near window. He flashed in as Fry got contact. Fry mollied it as well, which obviously if there was a contact rush there, it would have been completely stopped, but sadly there was no rush. So ultimately there's wasted utility. So as this round gets a bit further on, so CTs, they've identified this, you know, the way that the T side have been playing is very slow, and they're clearly trying to make you waste grenades. And they've identified that. They've still got half their grenades with 55 seconds left.
Yeah. Also feels like a clear counter towards that mid-window smoke. They've doubled up in connector here.
I'd like to see that. Good adapting.
Yeah, I mean, Cray's going to be somewhat alone on this A bomb side when these smokes come in.
Dancy does very well to get that single kill.
Yeah, that jungle smoke
Chris.
not coming in is...
He's thinking about it, isn't he? He gets the peek towards Capers, though.
Yeah,
And suddenly it's a 1v5.
That's actually very
Oh.
nicely played. And
There was no jungle smoke.
yeah, that jungle
But I
smoke.
don't know if that was due to somebody not landing that smoke, or if they just decided
Maybe
no
they just
jungle
didn't
smoke.
have it.
Yeah,
You know, we saw 3 players with
Yeah.
Galil's
that's true.
a bit tight for cash. But
This
yeah,
is actually a tactical pause as well.
yeah, it is. And it's sensible, you know. They've still got the lead here, but they managed to break that momentum from Wind and Ray, but they've lost the round straight away afterwards. And the round they did win, it was a miracle play from Whisk.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not looking too good. You know, they're still winning this half, but it seems like Wind and Rain, when these gun rounds are playing out as they should, you know, it's going in their favour.
Like, the interesting thing about that, I think that tactical pause was always going to come out.
Yeah.
But because of Whisk winning that round, it delayed it a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like he definitely paused straight after that anyway, just in case, as a precautionary, because I imagine they were getting very hype after he wins that 1v4. Like, you were planning to, I imagine you were planning to pause it anyway. Like, you'd have been down 5 all, you'd been 5-all at that point. So obviously this pause does come in, and
Yeah, interesting to see
it
what
was
they
Eccles
do with
talking
it.
over
Yeah,
them with Snods.
Yeah, it looked like Eccles doing a lot of talking there, which is, again, I love to see it. He's really developing on stage here. You know, he's taking charge of this mix, you'd have to feel. And yeah, it's really cool seeing a young player like himself having the confidence to do that.
Definitely. So it looks like this is straight up B rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So obviously Eccles was the player to actually identify that anti-rush setup that was there. They're going to go. It's a bit of a mess really coming out the windows. It looks like they've disposed of them pretty cleanly.
Yeah, there we go.
So despite Ferrari messing up his molly, there was a bit of a, I wouldn't say traffic, but a bit of a
Although
jumble.
you say he missed his molly, but I think he
Yeah,
just
it
threw
works
under
in a different way.
Yeah, he threw it under the window and
Yeah, it works. I think it landed just, like, he probably limped through it as he was running back, if you know what I mean? So it kind of, usually he probably lands on the balcony.
but yeah, they were more than happy to tidy it up. I mean,
they were ready for an anti-rush.
That was quite a big investment from the T's. You know, that wasn't just a throwaway run. That's what you're going to see here. But yeah, they didn't get much done with it.
Thing is, the setup on A isn't ready for this sort of situation. I mean, he gets the first kill, but how many more can he actually get without being overwhelmed? Gets the second, gets the third. Can he stop the plant? No, he doesn't bother trying to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, that's sensible. I mean,
yeah. I mean, his
got
players
4K.
were right behind him. It was just one of them situations. Like Prey, this time they do secure the ace.
yeah, I mean, playing in CT like that, once those smokes came over and he saw the Apps rush coming, he managed to get just about behind cover.
Yeah.
You know, he was dodging in and out, and yeah, really nice round from Prey.
Yeah, so 7-6. They did get the plant they needed, obviously, and that means they can get all the grenades needed for this buy round. Which is, what are they going to do? They've been playing quite slow, the rounds that they had been losing. The rounds they won, they were quite quick, in fact.
Yeah, a lot of quick B rushes, B splits.
And obviously the 1v4 from Whisk, which honestly is
just mad.
It's not really worth mentioning in the sense of, like, the grand scheme of things in terms of comparing how they've been playing. Because
I mean, if it comes down to a situation like last map where it's a 16-14 win,
you've got to be thinking about it, haven't you?
Yeah, but at this stage, yeah, I mean, they still don't have a clear answer to this defense going into the end of the half.
So it looks like a bit more of a coordinated mid-take. But again, this double connector, which they're going to pull out of it, actually. Which is a lot deeper. I mean, Dantes does put that smoke back in, but he's not actually going to use it, which obviously it keeps the terrorists thinking they might try and spam the angles that are used for the one-way.
Yeah.
But it looks like, again, that mid-window boost will probably come through.
Yeah, and once again we see Dances rotating around to ticket, and yeah, this
is interesting, though. Astro is in window at the same time as Whisk. They're gonna head shot. Yeah. Astro gets that kill, and honestly, that's made the round a bit questionable.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you really like to see from that mid-default. You know, you get that player into window or connector, and you can split either one of the bomb sites. A nice little pincer coming in when that player can make an impact, but yeah, he's shut down before anything can really happen.
Astro again delivers another kill. And honestly, they're rushed into a situation now. They have to run up ramp. The flush comes in perfect timing. Dantes is ready for this situation. Blinded, but he does get the kill, and he does face the second one. Prey comes straight out the woodwork, and now it's a 1v5 for Dom. Can't see him doing anything.
Yeah.
He does get taken.
Nice shots from Dances, but yeah, Astro, really nice game sense there. Really aware of what's going on in the round. You know, he catches off Whisk.
I mean, he was that player that got caught out last time.
Yeah,
in fact, that jungle.
true.
So it might have been one of the situations where he was thinking, that happened last time. I might as well try it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the only harm is if later on in the round they decide to molly, but I don't see why they would do that after smoking it.
Yeah, and now we're going into the last round of the half, and Ferrari Peakers, they're forced onto that rough buy, and it looks like the play towards the apartments is the call that's been made, and Cray's been quite strong on this A-bomb site. You know, he's fragging out.
So Whisk's flashing them out, but Dantes is ready for the situation. I mean, they're ready to play retake when it comes to it.
Nice answer from Mr. Hoy there.
A lot of fighting, though, considering they are playing kind of retake. I suppose the terrorists are coming into them. Depends what Capis can do from connector, though.
I think he did spot him.
Yeah, he did, but Fry is on short behind as well, which I don't think he gets out to get this gun based on the situation. Yeah, gets taken down. 1v3 for Risk. We've seen him do much crazier things, but not in a great situation.
Yeah, and again, a really strong end to the half for Wind and Rain.
Yeah, it was 5-0 to Ferrari Peakers at one point.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be too happy with how that half turns out. You know, with such a strong start once again.
I think as a part of you, Wind and Rain, if you were playing, you could think it should be 10-5.
Sure, yeah.
Like
yeah, exactly. You can see, looking at the scoreboard, there's that one little anomaly. Just that magic round from Whisk.
And a pause has been called by Link. Does appear to be a technical.
Slight technical pause.
Which I imagine is to do with the ears.
Potentially. I mean, it's struck.
That seems to be the common...
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the common issue thus far.
Yeah, I mean, how do in-ears work? You know, quite complicated.
I think it's in the name, isn't it?
Yeah, you normally do just put them in your ears. Yeah. Although it does look like Fry's helping Link out with some PC issues, potentially.
Yeah, potentially something to do with sound, maybe. Or TeamSpeak, one or the other.
Yeah, hopefully we get that fixed quite quickly. It is getting quite late here, almost 1 AM. Still another map or two
Yeah, depending on the results, of course.
or three. Not no or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the third map of the best of 5 series.
I'm slowly losing my mind, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
So the unpause has come now.
Yeah.
And we'll be going into the second pistol round this game. So Astro initiates the first bit, so he gets P250 smoke and a flash.
Yep.
And I'm trying to remember correctly, I think they went towards B on that round, but Cray's working towards Palace, and it looks like it's going to be an interesting, kind of like a default.
Yeah, it does look like they're setting up for a bit of a slow default here. Just maybe expecting some all-out aggression from the CT side, but it's not going to come.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. So 2 players going underpass. Eccles is jump spotting towards that. I'm not sure if he'll see them though. Do you feel like they've crouched along this
Yeah,
close
it's a bit of an
wall?
awkward angle. He
He has
does see
seen them
Fry's head
now.
there, yeah.
Yeah. And the smoke does come in. I'm pretty sure this lands onto jungle, and it blocks off the view for
Yeah,
Eccles.
it does.
But there is a gap. There's a small gap, but Fry seems to know that there's a gap. And somehow, it's 2v3.
Yeah, Dom coming in with some excellent shots. But yeah, really sketchy round coming in. Oh, nice shot from Cray there.
Filthy shot. 2v2. Still have the kit, and it's now down to a 2v1.
Yeah,
Dante's
Dante's
down.
picked up that USP. Very deadly with it. Already got a kill up in this round.
He is able to grab this bomb.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
He's
he
willing
knows
to
it, but
take this
he does have the chance to plant.
Yeah. You run the risk, obviously, of people just running straight at you. But it
Yeah.
looks like he's going to try and find a single player. Or at least the setup that's in place. So he knows one's at ticket. He shoots once, and he knows where both players are. He lands both of the shots.
Saki dance. That's a lovely little play from
he had
him.
a clear game plan in mind, going towards CT. Shoot once towards ticket, and then wide swing on the other guy, because obviously he will be wide swing as well. And he lands both shots.
Yeah,
Honestly, I was a bit worried on his ammunition side. He only had 9 bullets going into that peak.
Yeah, confidence though.
Yeah, very
He
cool.
does love that USP, you know. And there we go. That is the perfect start for Wind and Rain. You know, if you're Ferrari peakers, you're going to be kicking yourselves there. It's a 2v1 in your favour, and you've let that slip away from you.
Got to hold off a bit on the perfect start. They still need to convert these rounds.
Sure.
Obviously on Inferno, they were ecoed when they did win the pistol. The question is, Eccles has been spotted though. Surely that information.
Yeah, there he goes.
There we go. Bit of a solo play coming out. Whisk
Nice.
does pick 1 kill up, but he doesn't actually
Nice
get
little
traded.
kill, but
Can't go that far though. They would have heard the sound cues otherwise. Will they actually try and get this trade in? Looks like Cray is working his way up. But this looks more like a hold for rotate situation. Because he's just holding towards default.
yeah, he's just waiting so that the pincer movement can come in when his players are ready
quite slow
rampant.
actually.
Yeah, Whisk is...
He's quite
He's getting
cautious
it.
actually.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's playing it quite sensibly, and yeah, again, Craig, quite a composed player in these sorts
Yeah.
of situations.
And Whisk obviously knows he can't just stay at stairs the whole round. He needs to get a move on.
Yeah,
Gets himself to jungle, and there is actually nobody watching towards A right now. Capers is in CT, but he's very deep. And he does peek out. He does get a tag onto Dances though. Will Cray check on the left-hand side? He does not. Whisk gets the 1 dig. And it's up in the air now, but down to a 1v3 for Mr. Hoy. He can potentially grab this AK, but
yeah, I mean,
Astro stops him in that.
yeah, Astro's aware, no problem. And yeah, I mean, they've lost those 2 players, but at the end of the day,
they kept the AK that was lost as well.
exactly. I
so it's
mean,
not
as
too
long
bad.
as you win that round, you're happy, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ferrari peakers, they're on a full eco.
Another technical pause with the same problem.
It's rough, you know. It's not what you like to see.
So I imagine again, Link called the pause, and apparently there's issues with his config. So he's just typing commands, which
I don't know
I'm
how
not sure what
I don't know
kind
how
of
we've got
issues.
so far into the series and that's an issue he's only just identified.
Yeah,
I mean, I know something similar happened at Gfinity. You know, Mighty Max, he didn't actually have his bomb bound to a button, so he was in a round where he tried to plant the bomb and he just couldn't. But at the end of the day, the admins explained that was his fault, his problem. So maybe
I suppose
a
it
similar
is,
situation.
at the
I
end of
can't
the
even get my words out at this point.
yeah. And Capers is a good old line. We'll be able to catch the first train home at this rate.
Yeah.
I mean, if it goes to 4 or 5 maps, you probably can catch the first train home.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
To be fair.
who even needs sleep at that rate?
Although I don't know how the trains run on bank holidays.
Could get a bit dodgy.
That's the question for National Rail, not me.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Normally you are on the ball with these types of things, Ben.
But usually it's to do with my lines
Yeah.
that I usually use quite a bit.
Anyway, enough about trains.
I love trains.
You do love trains, and we have train after this. You'll be happy to know.
True. Yeah, we do have train next.
Meanwhile,
Bit
the
of a throw
cities.
around, really.
Yeah, I mean, sensibly
We'll
they're.
try and mow them down.
Yeah, I mean they're stuck in. It's as much as you can really get done.
Check sort of short.
Ooh, this could be painful for him.
He did smoke short though, so this kind of avoids the situation.
There we go.
There's an interesting setup on short, I suppose.
They do love this little USB stack pyramid type
Oh.
situation, and
Dancy's has found a gap
yeah, they found out what's going on, and
the squad
it's
is
a bit
split. Try gets the one, but he does get damaged quite a bit. Oh, doesn't quite matter, does it? Clean round. Nice and simple, 12-6. And, you know, Dancy's finding that tiny little gap. I'm not too happy about
No,
it.
he's not too happy.
See your name tag.
There we go.
Not much of a gap, I suppose.
Sure.
But again, 12-6, first gun round, and this is essentially a bonus round. So Astra has kept this mark at 10, and it looks like it's going to be a fast B rush.
Yeah, quite reminiscent of what Ferrari Peakers did to them, and unfortunately for them, they've called to push mid, which is a nice call, but it's all on Mr. Hoy here. He needs to get a lot done.
He's running all the way back. Gets the one kill. How long can he stay alive and wait for his reinforcements? Does a good amount of damage, to be fair, but his teammates are falling as well. 2v3.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you're solo B for so long and you're still alive as your whole team sort of falls around you, and you're sort of confused as to what's going on.
Yeah, Whisk has found himself into an interesting position. Gets the drop on Cray, doesn't quite get the kill right there and then. But Dom does help him out. He gets to push towards the site, and it's now 2v1. Can Cray come out? No, he doesn't expect Whisk to have pushed up like that.
There we go. I mean,
Yeah.
Whisk in any sort of clutch scenario, you've got to start putting money on him at
Yeah,
this stage. You know,
definitely.
he's channeling his inner 2014 to 16 get right almost at this stage. You know, he's so dominant in these situations.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it was his first time on stage, would you?
No, I mean, he's just fully confident. He's past the point of caring at this point. He probably got over those nerves, if there were any, in the first couple of rounds of the first map, and it's a pleasure to watch.
But we did see a tweet from him earlier on in the day, because obviously by getting the place in the finals, it meant he had to get a different train ticket.
He did.
And his train is for, I believe, either 8:22 or 9:22.
Yeah, that's
Which
rough.
it's not many hours from now.
Well, I mean, if he goes on to win the event, he can pay for another train ticket.
Yeah, it's all worth it in the end.
Potentially pay for another hotel night, you know? Celebrate.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself to a nice early checkout.
Yeah. Late checkout.
Yeah, you probably if you're going that far, if you're getting another hotel,
I mean,
then you may as well get late checkout.
maybe hotels do offer early checkouts. You know, they give you a bit of money back, potentially.
Oh yeah, but it was more so that he'd probably best to leave, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
and he probably wouldn't get there till about 5 if he did win the event,
Yeah, true.
which not fantastic.
Yeah,
but
it's getting a bit rough.
yeah, 5v5 still. Minute been so far on the round, and they're getting some info towards connector. It looks like there's going to be pop flash coming in.
Whisk is
Flash
playing
comes in,
counter
Fry
flash,
doesn't
yeah.
see anybody, but he is checking his corner, and Whisk does get caught out. And Fry, another double kill for him in a situation where he shouldn't have got it, really.
Yeah, also a nice trade onto Eccles there, and Dom he's stuck in a bad situation. He gets that first kill, and that's all he can really get done there. Stuck on Mr. Hoy. There's a kit right in front of him if he wants to edge and just pick that up.
It is still a winnable situation, obviously. One player
He's gonna
for
get that
HP.
kit. He's not going to get that kit, and that's tilted me. You know,
Yeah.
I hate to see that. I mean, you're focusing on your crosshair, sure, but that's just $400 lying there, Ben.
It's one of those situations where, you can understand why it's annoying to see it, but I can definitely
Yeah, you can
sympathise.
sympathise. He's
I
staring
remember-
at his crosshair.
I
and
remember a round where I literally, essentially at 1v5, and I ran past the kit about 3 times, and I couldn't defuse the bomb because I didn't have time.
Foolish behaviour, Ben.
Horrible situation, honestly, but it does happen. Like, you're focusing across there, you don't really take into account a lot of things in your peripheral vision.
Yeah, but meanwhile, that is the worst case scenario for Ferrari Peakers. Wish their name was easier to say, but
Yeah,
I mean, they've been fully reset here.
13-7. They do keep one gun on Stoy, but the money is not great, is it?
Yeah, I mean-
2,500 highest cash.
If they choose not to invest, they're letting Win and Rain get up to 14 rounds here, and yeah, this is getting a bit scary. I mean, it was a very
they force
competitive
around
first
this?
half, but
That's the question. Do they force?
it doesn't look like they're going to force anything, although
Here it goes. It's quite late.
yeah, it's a very last second call. Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't imagine something quick coming out because that was a late call. Eccles will be making a solo play towards underpass though.
I think he might have got spotted there. And yeah,
Will Cray be ready for
Cray's
this?
ready.
Doesn't look like he's quite ready. He is walking up to the angle though. I feel like the edge goes to the CZ in this situation, but
And
Cray proves me wrong.
yeah, that right IP coming in
Yeah.
hot.
And honestly, that was the only play really being made around the map from them. Like, that was kind of reliant. If he gets that kill though, I'm not sure where he goes, obviously, because there's 3 players out there that's going to the app still. I don't really know what the end goal would be.
Yeah, another pick from Dance Season. Yeah, it's
all
falling apart.
isn't it? Yeah. Great minds think alike after all, don't they?
We are very in sync.
And Fly doesn't care about smokes. Whisk.
No, we're
Especially
trying to
if
play
you
around
poke
it,
out.
but yeah, it's really rough. And this was their sort of last hurrah for this map, and it's fallen apart. They haven't got a single kill, only about 15 points of damage onto Link.
I think with how late
25
that
points.
call was to force this round, Dom got himself head armor and not sure what else he got. Maybe a smoke.
Yeah, he's
Right?
spinning around.
What did he just decide to go USB
Actually-
head armor?
Yeah, that's actually really bizarre. Maybe he wasn't too sure about his money situation.
I'm not sure because you have 100% you've got minimum 1400.
Yeah,
He must have bought grenades and then not realised he didn't buy a pistol, right?
yeah, that's really rough. You don't like to see that.
I mean, the armor doesn't even matter at the end of the day, there, does
Yeah,
it?
his head's been taken clean off from Cray. Yeah, and a really good opportunity for Wyndham Rain to get up to match point, and that gives them 8 match points, and you can't really see them throwing that away.
Yeah, you have to think that this round is essentially gifted to them unless, I mean, there's some CZ buys coming through, but you can't think there's much else that can be done here. It has to be a moment of glory, doesn't it?
Sure, yeah, I feel like if you're Ferrari peakers, you're probably already thinking about the third map even. Just mentally preparing yourselves for that, because
Technically, it's the 4th map.
the 4th map.
Losing your mind.
I am. It's very late, Ben. I've been up for a
Yeah.
while.
And obviously, this round pretty much a given at this point, wasn't it? No casualties for the T side, and that is match point. So 8 match points coming up before Wyndham Rain.
Yeah, and it still won't be a fantastic buy coming in from Ferrari peakers. Won't get their AWP up unless Mr. Hoy goes glass cannon, but I can't see that happening.
No. Oh, well.
Although, there we go.
Hello.
He hasn't had it this whole series, but you know what? He's feeling it. You know,
There it is.
they're 8 rounds behind.
Yeah, might as well try it.
Why not?
Go on then.
Go on then.
So he did pick this up a few times on train, if I remember correctly.
And it looks like I thought he was going to go for the Lazar special and pick off short, but he's just going to solo B with that AWP, which is fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way of playing this round. Obviously, there's not much utility around the map. You might as well try and go for a risky sort of situation.
And it's Fry and Connector
Fry
again.
doesn't
And he's just
care, does
he
he?
wreaks havoc
Connector
in this
is his
situation.
territory.
Oh my word.
2 kills again, and he's running straight up the side. He's got confidence. He knows where Whisk is. And his teammates should be able to surround him. Mr. Hoy, obviously, still at the other side of the map. And Whisk, you're stuck in a really difficult situation. You get the 1 kill, but now they know where you are.
And there we go.
That's map 4. Oh, well, map 3, technically.
Yeah, Mirage going in
67.
favour of Wyndham Rain very
Yeah.
convincingly. It was a nice start once again from Ferrari Peakers, but once
Yeah.
the game got away from them, there was that magical play from Whisk, but